That's the theme song that plays whenever anyone subscribes. So about 20 times an hour, you get to hear pizza, pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening.
Well, I mean, I like his style. I also like this round 2 action we got here, even though it's incorrectly labeled round 1. So we've got 2 undefeated players here. Obviously, it's a featured draft, so a 3-0 wins the draft. On the left, we've got Logan Cutlip, who took a Pack 1, Pick 2 Ragemonger and rode it to a red-black Minotaurs deck. And his opponent is Michael Taylor, who has basically a constructed deck involving a lot of playable blue and red cards, including things like Omen Speaker.
Basically his constructed deck.
Yeah, because Michael likes to play Izzet as well, but he tops off at Storm Breath of Dragon, so. And a Fanatic of Magus. He has a Fanatic as well, so. So these are the, are they 2/3?
3 mana, 2/3, so high Minotaur.
Vanilla as can be. We're going to go ahead and.
Michael Taylor having 3 mana. There is a new.
Trying to cast a sorcery on it.
Yes.
And is it the.
Deal 3 damage to a creature.
The hand of whatever. Yeah, it's the. Whatever that's called.
Yeah, whoops.
Read the card, Michael. That'll show him. There are blue spells in his deck, so. That could definitely be a problem here. That's a card from Theros, right? It's a Minotaur.
I think that's the 2/2 that comes in as a 4/2 with the first.
Okay. So we can offer up a trade here with the other horrible Minotaur.
Yes.
If I'm Logan, I just take 4.
Yeah.
Because you're winning this race hard.
And now you have 2/2/3s against Michael Taylor's 2/2.
Yeah. That's what the kids would call an advantage. There is the Minotaur Lord. All right.
So is that the +2/+0 in haste?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's 4, 8, 12.
Yeah. Because it includes itself, right?
Yes. All your Minotaurs.
So have some. So Logan knocks Michael down all the way to 6. Is that correct?
It's a 1/3. Yeah.
So Michael almost dead on board here. There's a 5th land.
Finally an island.
Omen Speaker.
Alrighty, there's a good.
See if we can dig out of this.
Brick wall. No, there's not even a brick wall because now the Minotaur fortress.
Yeah, they're too big.
We can attack for 2 this turn. Here's the deal 3.
To the Lord.
Yeah.
Michael getting rewarded for misplaying it earlier. He tried so hard to use that on a Fellhide Minotaur, but then realized it was a sorcery, and it could not have worked out better for him, as he's now able to take out the Minotaur Lord's name, which I don't know. Something like War Leader or something, is that what it is? Like,
Yeah, something with a K.
Magus? No, not Magus. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So Logan, there's a Pharikis Cure on the 2/2. It's going to put Logan up to 18, but more importantly, get one of the blockers out of the way. We can effectively jump with Omen Speaker now, with the Lord off the board, but Michael, dead in 2 turns on board, dead next turn to a removal spell if he doesn't add to his board.
Well, I know I passed Logan a Lightning Strike, so I can guarantee that he picked that up.
That was in Pack 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pack 3, my opening pack had Lightning Strike.
When you were fervently in black and white at that point, so not something you could splash. So serving in here, we're going to block 1, and then before damage, we're going to... That is the card that gives the creature tap to bounce target non-land permanent.
Okay.
This is a good sequence of turns here from Michael. The ideal situation is to do that on Heroic Guy to get some kind of value. And there is that's not Arena Athlete, is it?
No. Arena Athlete only costs 2.
I forget what that guy, Labyrinth something? Isn't it Labyrinth Runner or something like that?
I think so.
Well, is dead.
Rage.
Rage. So Michael clawing back into this, stabilized at 4. Of course, Logan is playing red cards and black cards, the best 2 colors to potentially have for each in his deck that would allow him to do the final points of damage through a non-combat type manner.
Of course, Michael drew the island very late, so it's safe to assume that he had a handful of spells. Since he only has one island, he can only cast one a turn. So as long as Logan doesn't have... This is the 4-mana 4/2.
It's a vanilla.
Yeah.
It's a playable. It's the 23rd card in your deck.
It's a Minotaur.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
So lots of Minotaurs, but not a lot of rules text. So there's Dragon Mantle on Owen Speaker. Go ahead and... Yeah. I really like Dragon Mantle. In these red heroic decks, it's like the perfect card. You're not down a card. It's a good top deck late in the game because it cycles.
And it just gets
fire breathing, never bad. It's going to allow him to potentially trade with the 4/2 here if he wants to. Michael desperately looking for the Storm Breath in his deck. Michael leaving. Drop the card.
Take the card out of his back pocket. That's probably his second Storm Breath Dragon.
I think Michael Taylor holds the record for most highest win rate on camera during draft FNMs.
He never loses.
He beat Dave Brown or Dave Snow that one time with like.
He would have beat Dave Brown too.
Dave Brown rage quit and left the store in his draft earlier because he had mulled a 6, kept a 1 lander, never drew another land, and left the store. Classic Dave Brown. And
I don't know what that card is.
I don't either.
It costs 2 mana. There's a 2-mana 1/1 flyer with haste. I think that might be it.
It's hit me like a ton of bricks tonight. The good thing about the draft FNM, nobody really watches it, but it is fun to have that alternative. It's our highest viewing.
YouTube?
Yeah, the last one we did with Michael Taylor was the highest viewed video we've ever done.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
No, like, out of all videos on YouTube.
Yeah, it's higher than even Evolution of Dance or any Justin Bieber videos now. But I also like it because it's over about 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And then I can just be there, alright guys, see you later.
I can go home right now.
I can enjoy myself. So I'm lining up these blocks. Owen Speaker offering up. Oh, yeah, so that's somewhat unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate, but Logan trying to force through damage ends up losing one of his Fellhide Minotaurs. You know that guy?
Fellhide Minotaur and something else.
For value, Blue Temple. I saw that in his deck. Not only did Michael draft maybe the best deck, your deck was very good. You stumbled on mana, but he also has the most expensive temple and a Storm Breath Dragon. So first of all, his deck pays for itself, and he's probably going to win more packs. So
I have a Fable here. That's a solid $2.
Yep.
Is that the only rare draft pick?
I think so.
Yeah.
You passed the Caryatid. So that is isn't that the red tribute guy? That's like 5 mana. No, it's 4 mana.
The red tribute guy is a 3/3.
I'm just gonna do a quick recap while we're out there.
All right.
The one he's inspiring, the one he's bestowing, is a 2/3 that gets +2/+0 when it untaps.
Okay.
This one down here on the bottom is a 4/2 vanilla. And he just put that baleful. That's not baleful Eidolon, but something. It's that one that gets a +2/+2 and it gets bigger, right?
There's a +2/+1 for 5 mana.
No, this is a Theros card. It's that one. It's that snake thing looking one from.
Erebos' Emissary?
Yep.
Pitch card 2 that gets +3/+3.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the one. That was enough to force through the rest of the damage because it was going to be a 4/3 anyway off Inspired, and then 6/5, and it could go up to 9/8.
Yeah. Yeah, Erebos' Emissary is very...
Michael, having stumbled early, could not draw out of it. So this set is interesting in that no one cares for it. We're not even to the third set. At least with Avison Restored, everyone didn't care about it, but it was almost over. The block was almost over. And I know people like to complain about the power level of cards, but, like, this set is very underpowered. The limited environment seems fun and fine.
Yeah, limited environment.
But, like, there's, like, Kiora, which I think is fun, but it's, like, not really super good and standard. I think there's, like, a band control shell it would fit in fine, but...
Oh, yeah, my tweet about her today didn't catch fire.
I mean, it's good. I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for, but who knows? And then you've got the most impactful cards are like the uncommons, like there's Drown in Sorrow, and Bile Blight, and to a lesser extent Searing Blood, and then Brimaz. So we've talked about 5 cards. 2 of them are mythic, and 3 of them are uncommons or commons.
I think Kiora's Follower could be a very good...
Yeah, the untap. Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting too. It's just a matter of whether or not like there's a deck that fits in. The problem is like it's not a matter of any of these cards like good or is there synergies that could develop. The problem is that like the mono black devotion deck is so good already.
And it got better.
Yeah, it got better with the sweeper and the targeted removal, which is sometimes a sweeper. Like,
Plus,
is it going to like any of these new cards even going to matter?
Well, also the red black Stryline came out, which lets mono black run up to 8 red sources.
Nice. And they're already paying temples anyway.
Rakdos Return and Slaughter Games are very good cards in that deck too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Slaughter Games on the play, naming your win condition.
Or your Sphinx's Revelations, or your Detention Spheres.
Rakdos Return is pretty brutal too.
Rakdos Return with a Nykthos or like a Liliana powering it out too would be very good.
So we move into Game 2 here. Michael Taylor's got a heck of a deck, but in Game 1 he only had 1 blue source for most of the game. We had no blue sources for most of the game. And then Logan with the powerful synergies of red-black Minotaurs.
Drinker.
Fire Drinker Satyr off the top for Logan. Coming down on turn 2. Not nearly as good in Limited as it would otherwise be. I don't know this gentleman's name, but if you heroic him, it taps something and it doesn't untap. Triton Tap Dancer.
It's not Triton Fortune Hunter. That one's the one that draws you a card.
That one's the one that looked like it should have been a god when the art was spoiled. Logan, playing a morph.
Triton Dapper Tapper.
So then he plays the...
That's the Arena Athlete, right?
No, that's a Minotaur. There's too many Minotaurs. They all look the same and I don't know what they do. This one has an activated ability.
You have no card gallery pulled up?
We,
Like we're gonna buff up his defensive with an Omen Speaker.
I like Owen Speaker a lot in Limited. 1 on top, 1 on bottom. So now we're all blue sources. In Game 1 we were all...
That looks like an Arena Athlete to me.
No, it's not, but I don't know what it is. So this is weird, right? We're just offering up the Fire Drinker Satyr to the Omen Speaker.
Well, Fire Drinker Satyr can pump, so it can at least trade. But that Tapper is a 1/4. So
Death Bellow Raider. It's the 2 black regen guy.
Oh yeah, he has to attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a Juggernaut, isn't it? That's why he was reading the Omen Speaker.
So we pump twice with the Omen Speaker, or with the Fire Drinker Satyr to get out of the Triton, which means Logan takes 3, and Michael takes 0.
Yeah, somehow Logan attacked with 2 creatures, lost 1 of his, and took 3 damage. So that's how he wrote. That's how he fired it up. This card is a Cyclops. It's a 5/2.
Looks like a Splinter Twin.
It would be better a Splinter Twin on the Omen Speaker. I can get behind that. Deck Velocity, Garrett. So I got to attack with this guy. Feel free to just block it.
Yeah, whenever you're off as a combat trick to get rid of your opponent's open speaker. I think the person with the open speaker is going to take that trait every day.
We just don't have a choice. He has to attack with it every turn.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the, hey, another awesome vanilla 2-3. Fellhide Minotaur. Fellhide Minotaur, more than any other card, is the most recognizable art, because it's just a big, awkward, like Where the Wild Things Are looking Minotaur.
Yes.
Temple of Deceit. There's a mountain. Do you need the mountain?
Yes, too.
No. Nimbus Naiad on the 5-2. Aaron Daly going nuts out there, as he is wont to do. So attack in for 7, right? Isn't it a 2-2 flyer?
Yes.
Yikes. So Logan down to 10. 7 damage from that creature, 3 from his own creature in a previous turn.
Yeah, and unless he has a Rage of Perforos or a Lash of the Whip.
Sip.
It's very hard
Sip
to
of Hemlock. Isn't there another trigger off Sip of Hemlock? Doesn't
yeah,
like.
Michael, there's just 2. So he should be down to 16. Shay got it. Now he's left with a 2-2.
No, wait, did he block?
Yeah.
But he only took 2. Shouldn't he take 2 off the Sip too?
Mm-hmm.
So he should be at 16?
Yes.
Don't they lose life or something? Oh, it's 2 life. Thanks, Nick. We were all talking about earlier tonight that we can't wait for Journey into Nick's because there's a lot of jokes involving Nick's. Insert mom is a popular one. Other body orifices. I'm not too proud to say that those have been mentioned.
Nose.
Backpack.
Yes.
Savings accounts.
Lunchbox. So we Dragon Mantle the Nimbus Naiad and we attack for 3. There's a Rage Monger. It's going to monger all of your rages.
Mm-hmm. Now, is Rage Monger worded such that it doesn't affect the colorless mana?
Correct. It's actually specifically worded like that.
Weird.
Yes.
It's very weird that they do that.
Yeah, I have no idea why they did that.
What is that card that he, is that a bestow creature or is that just an enchantment?
It's a bestow creature. It goes +1/+1.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Nope. It was just an enchantment. So he used the same instant that makes a target creature a boomerang.
Yep.
Or a disperse, I should say. Bounce. Take no damage. Logan is just dead, isn't he?
No.
He can only do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, the fire breathing is red cost.
Mm-hmm. I just assumed, like last game, Michael had 1,000 red mana, but he doesn't. He then follows it up with a card I don't know. That's been a popular theme tonight, has been the, when he plays a card, looks like a creature.
It costs 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how much it attacks for next turn.
The Taylor brothers were telling me that after tonight, they will also be opening cards for the Pokemon card game, because it also released a new set this weekend. X and Y base set, I believe.
Seems awkward.
They like Pokemon.
No, the timing.
Oh, the timing?
Yeah.
I don't know. They had pre-release on the Super Bowl. It was only
They're Japanese.
But I think no, I'm talking about the Wizards. They ran the Born of the Gods pre-release as we see Michael get the second game here. And then what I think is funny is, like, number one, people say, well, that's just in America. No, it's not. Like, that's the most widely viewed thing in the world. And people kind of played it off like it wasn't that important. Most watched television show in the history of mankind.
Yes.
115 million people in America watched it. I'm not saying you have to like football. I'm just saying you have to be aware that football is on.
So, I've already upgraded my standard deck, and I'm missing 1 card.
Which is?
Fader Dirk Retribution.
Nullifying the main?
Yes. It replaces Acid Scatter.
Is it better?
It's Underworld Connections.
Harder to cast, isn't it?
Yeah, but being able to hit Underworld Connections, changing the rocks, stuff like that.
So it looks like so far you've added 1 Nullifying. I know you wanted to try this Faded Retribution.
Yeah, and the important thing is I got the Skyland. So,
How many Skylands did you need? All of
draw
them?
4, and then I'm just running 1 Gate. Which I think...
3 Mutavaults.
I wasn't on the 3 Mutavault plan, I just ran 2. But I think with...
Skylands make it better.
Skylands, I think I can go up to...
Sideboard, you got to cancel the
Now
absolute.
notice that the gainsays have reduced. There used to be like up to 4 gainsays in these decks. I don't think Mono Blue's going to be a thing.
Why not?
The cards that Mono Black up.
The Wrath.
The -2, -2, the -3 kills everything in the Mono Blue deck.
Yep. Bioblight's very good against Master of Ways.
You can keep the Frostburn Weird.
But then it's a trick because they have Frostburn Weird.
Yes.
Oh. UK Wildcats BBN saying, Seahawks, I'm from Seattle. Well, have you told your username that you're from Seattle? UK Wildcats? Zing. I kid.
He just does that to never go off. His other username is BB Cali14 female.
You know, I watched the Super Bowl. We had some people who were kind of like very last minute. I just kind of mentioned in passing to some friends I thought would watch the Super Bowl because Holly was testing out her new deep fryer. We deep fried chicken wings, corn dogs, and pierogies.
Make sure that you don't slur that chicken wings too hard.
Okay.
Because you just said chicken wings.
Oh, I did that on purpose. But I was disappointed with the Super Bowl not because of the lopsided nature of the actual game, but because the commercials all kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they pay a lot of money for the sucky commercials.
Yeah.
My favorite are the ones that are like 2 minutes long and involve some like long drawn out dramatic sequence with a voiceover to sell like, I don't even know what they're selling at the end.
Right.
I like the Taco Bell ones because they just get down to it.
The good ones usually involve like Clydesdales and, you know, dogs with Budweiser things going on. But there was one like Morpheus sings opera.
Yeah, they were all too artsy. My favorite one was the one time where they said it's the guy brings a snow globe to work and he says, I can predict the future. He says, how? And he shakes it and says, are we going to have free Doritos today? And then he heaves it through the vending machine, knocking the glass out, and he says, yes! And then they steal all the Doritos. That's from a couple years ago. Because Doritos always has a contest where you can submit and then the winner gets on TV. Evilbeard in the chat saying the Radio Shack ad was good, but I don't even remember it.
That was the 80s call.
Oh, like everybody runs in and Mary Lou Retton steals. Yeah. That was alright, I guess. I'm just amazed that Radio Shack still exists.
Yes.
Like, how many people need components for their, like, home theater, like, home audio system?
It's a cell phone store now. It's like a Verizon or an AT&T.
Except with radio in the name.
Yes.
Cell Shack. So there's a turn to, is that the Ragemonger? No.
Yep. Yes, it is.
So turn 3 Ragemonger. So let's see if we can... To be fair, Logan has some turns that turn where you can play 2 Minotaurs.
He's ready to monger.
Oh, the insert discard phase from Michael Taylor.
Thought I could draw an island. I mean, my deck has like 10 islands.
Well, if Michael was subscribing to the Dave Brown camp, he would just leave and quit Magic. So there
that is the 4 mana 4/2, which gets its mana cost reduced by 1 because it's 2 colorless, 2 red.
Value.
Yes.
So Michael has enough that he can.
It doesn't have anything to do with the other black. It's the exact same as costing 4 mana.
But value. If your opponent plays Rishadan Cut Purse, forcing him to pay 1 mana or sacrifice a permanent from Mercadian Masks, watch out, he's got it. Value. Do not care. Those cards are actually very good. Like, it's tricky because the Ristic cards from, like, Prophecy, they're all, like, kind of good. So he's burning something out here. He's deciding if he wants to hit the 4/2 or the Ragemonger. I would hit the 4/2, because we've already seen that the Ragemonger doesn't really affect Logan's ability to play cards.
That was Logan's
You have to
setup.
Because of the way it's worded, you have to have very specific mana cost for it to be. You basically
Right.
have to have one red and one black Minotaur.
Yes.
And in this case, one of them has to cost 3, one of them has to cost 4. Otherwise, you're just
Or a lot of Rage Mongers. Like, make sure Rage Mongers cost
into
more.
burning trees.
Yeah.
So there's the mill Minotaur. So he milled 3 blue sources. That's one of those things where the casual players gonna be like, yes, and then the anyone else is just going to apply the Schrodinger's cat theory and be like, it literally doesn't matter.
Has no impact on the game.
What does matter sometimes is stealing something with a Nightveil Spectre. Like that is like has a lot of like there are some decks that like, especially the Mazes in deck, like whoops, you got the one gate. And now I'm drawing to one other gate, or maybe somehow it got destroyed or something.
Right. Get your elixir.
So Michael stalled here. He stalled on 2 lands, missing his 3rd land drop. We're going to cast a Nimbus Naiad just as a 2/2 dude.
Doesn't trade with anything.
Dragon Mantle it, so we can draw a card.
So the 2/4 and the 2/3 just going to be able to attack right in here.
They don't. No, never a fudge was given by Logan's current team of creatures.
We're Minotaurs. I think one might even be marauding.
I know that the 2/4 Minotaur, the mill one, was very good in Theros Limited. Lash of the Whip, going to 2 for 1 Michael. More importantly, clear out some room. So,
I think that card was good at Theros Limited.
no, it wasn't. It was good in Theros Sealed because it enabled that Nessian, that one that cost like 6 or 8.
Green Black was very good.
Yeah, but you're right. It was a here's a 4-mana zap. Get you for 1. But it had a lot of synergy. Like Joseph Deal had it in his seal pool and a whip, and he was just a blowouts every time.
That's more to the strength of the Nemesis Immortals.
Yes, Nemesis Immortals was the reason that card was playable.
So here's 2 red. We could be casting. Oh no! Yeah, we still have the Rage Monger.
Boom! This thing. That, of course, is Chrome Mox.
Alright, imprinted the
Imprint.
Mill Minotaur and tapping for a black.
Tap for black, serve in for 2. The Fanatic of Magus is 4/2, correct?
Yes.
So we can trade with the Ragemonger here. I'm not sure what the thing was that Logan put on his Minotaur. He's not sure either. I don't know, I feel like looking.
So Logan getting in for 2. The Fanatic biting the dust. But Michael's still in this, as we know that he has literally all spells in his hand. Here's 2 of them. So here's a 4/2 haste and a 1/1. Nope, that is the Fall of the Hammer, 2 mana. One of your creatures deals damage equal to its power to another target creature, which takes out the Mill Minotaur that was enchanted with something else. So good use of the end of the battlefield trigger there on his 4/2 haste. Got a lot of value out of it. Swung for 4. And now there's Erebos' Emissary on the Ragemonger. Do you like that
A lot of stuff happened
Fall of
when
the
I
Hammer on my 4/2?
It was a 2/4. What?
Well, the creature that Michael played was a 2/2 that comes in as a 4/2, and then Fall of the Hammer.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
The 2/4.
Yes, it was a very good turn for him. I know that the last card in Logan's hand is a Sip of Hemlock.
Uh-oh.
What's this thing? Turds. It is looks like a whale or something. So we've got our emissary on our Ragemonger. That Ragemonger's been there since turn 3.
Yeah.
It's mongering so much rage. So we're going to sip of Hemlock that blue thing, right?
Yeah, and then attack into the 2/2. So leave Michael with no board.
And puts him at 3 too. Dead to a lightning strike. No. Sip of Hemlock a sorcery, right?
Yes.
I don't know what that blue thing is. But he's going to get blown out here, right? Oh, he's going to discard to it. I forgot about that thing. You have to discard a card or a creature.
Creature.
Oh, so it's a fair bluff. Because he only has 2 cards in hand. Michael could put him on no creatures.
Right.
But
and if he attacked on block last turn, so not pumping last turn.
Omen Speaker. So I could set up next turn.
Barely knew her.
Potentially setting up a speed bump.
We know Logan has the sip in his hand. So sip plus creature. No, just sip this turn, because sip makes him lose 2 life. And he has 4 power on board.
I can't see what he's debating here, but these are 2 thinkers, it looks like. No, he's shoving them both. I think what they are, I mean, without knowing exactly what the cards are, I think it's a situation where the cards are good, but they may not win you the game from the spot.
Right.
And so you just kind of have to put caution to the wind. So he draws a mountain off of the Dragon Mantle trigger.
This game.
Yep, sip will do it here unless Michael has some kind of combat trick or...
Stymied Hopes.
Oh, it was a trick. Stormwrath. Obviously, well...
Stymied